Well, I've got news for my MAGA Republican friends. Not on my watch. Not on my watch. I'm not going to let them undo the progress we've made. I've been determined to make things in this country again, to build manufacturing capacity in America. Some folks didn't believe we could do that, but we made it. We made no bones about it.
Not on my watch. It's been on his watch now for several years. We're relying on China to make just about all of the important things this country needs. That was President Biden speaking at a power plant in Minnesota yesterday. Biden is touting a new billion-dollar investment pledge from engine maker Cummins, while also taking a shot at so-called MAGA Republicans. He claims they will hurt U.S. manufacturing. Joe, this president continues to rewrite or tries to rewrite history. Yeah. In fact, it's been the Republicans who've been saying made in America, put America first. And it's actually the MAGA Republicans who say that.
Now remember, Maria, this is
according to Joe Biden.
Precisely. This is a president that blamed MAGA Republicans for wanting to defund the police. He actually made that claim in public, sober. He also has blamed Donald Trump for the border crisis and the open borders that we're now seeing. In other words, when in doubt, blame Trump or MAGA Republicans. But I'm old enough to remember during the Obama-Biden administration, the president at the time, and Barack Obama, saying, what magic wand do you have to bring back manufacturing jobs? He also said some jobs are just not coming back. And then under Trump, obviously, we saw them come back. So he could rewrite history all they want. Shows like us will fact check the president gladly.
I'm really glad you had those sound bites ready, Joe. That was really too much. I mean, don't you think the American people see through all of this, though? I mean, honestly, Joe, you remember that crazy press conference that this president gave with all the red behind him when he attacked MAGA Republicans? That's basically when he started saying all of the things that the Democrats were doing and blaming it on the Republicans. Don't you think people see through this at this point after all of this misinformation from this White House?
Right, the optics, right? In Philadelphia, it looked like the elevator scene in The Shining with the red around him. And obviously, this is what this administration does. It poll tests certain sorts of terms and came up with MAGA Republicans as a way to try to scare voters and forget the fact that inflation is still above 6%, that gas prices are still 40% higher than they were when this president took office, that crime under the Alvin Braggs and Gil Garcettis of the world are completely out of control in American cities. And obviously the U.S. southern border. Yeah. Forget about the millions coming across. How about the 182 people who were arrested at the border who are on the FBI terror watch list? Yet the Homeland Secretary couldn't even say that it's a crisis on 60 Minutes this weekend, Maria.
And all the while, Mark, they're basically manipulating our legal system, and that's another black eye for this country. I've said it 100 times. I don't think there's any shot that President Biden runs for a second term. Now we've got this new report out of Axios that claims that the president is holding off his 2024 re-election bid until July or maybe even the fall. A Biden advisor says no candidate will affect the timing of their announcement, and they still need to hire a campaign manager and a finance chairman, Mark.
Yeah,
what do you think's behind this?
So, look, I mean, normally when you run for a presidential election, you run on your accomplishments. So maybe he wants to postpone his announcement and hope that maybe he gets a win under his belt, you know. But, you know, when you kind of look at the whole election process, you look back at 2020, I don't even think, to be honest, I don't even think he really wanted to run in 2020. He was getting steamrolled in the primary debates. But when you look at the bench list, when you look at Kamala, she's running around touring Africa while we have a bunch of crises that we need to deal with here. Mayor Pete, he's on paternity leave. Gavin Newsom, I mean, who's really the bench to follow up to, you know, post Joe Biden? So I think what they're going to do, I think what the Dems are going to do is they're going to do the whole Weekend at Bernie's act again. They're going to tell Joe to throw on his aviators, smile. We're going to carry you out there, and you don't have to do much after that. We're going to take it from here. So that's probably what we're in for.
Yeah. And, guys, don't forget, the first hint that there would be a Trump indictment, the leak that happened just a day after we got the bank records that indicated the influence peddling of the Biden family. It happened the next day after James Comer released those bank records indicating Rob Walker received a $3 million wire from China, and then the next day distributed more than $1 million of it to Biden family members. So let's just not forget that and what's sort of hiding in plain sight. The administration has a lot to answer for, and we're going to take a short break and then talk about that.